To perhaps my most accomplished student, there is something you must understand. The training I have given you in our time together, although pivotal to the cause, it wasn't completely necessary, because the ultimate training you have inside you. I was simply the guide to give you the call and help bring it out. Your abilities have always been a part of you, Michael. And so by this, you can never lose them or have them taken from you. But your training is still not complete. You are not yet an avatar for your true self. You will know when that will happen. You'll just feel it. This has to be done alone so you can emphatically know the power of your true self. But you have nothing to fear, my friend. As we have before you, every chosen one must find the gate and travel alone the narrow road. When I started my journey, it was a long time ago. To give you some idea of when, let's just say nobody had last names. And I didn't have the benefit of a tutor such as myself to guide me. If I had understood my power sooner, maybe the bosses, as they have come to be known, would not be as powerful as they are today. Your instructions are as follows. Go and find bosses. Take from them what they hold most sacred. In short, it is their power. They are another rank, and their power, as it is with them, is temporal. But with you, the rightful owner, these same powers are eternal. As all light exposes that which is in darkness, approach them without fear and expose their unworthiness. When the training is complete, you will no longer go by the name Michael, but in fact, Mercury. It has been an honor to bring you to this point, and hopefully I will get a glimpse of much more. Who knows, maybe our paths will cross again in the future, perhaps in another dimension. Journey well, Melchizedek.
Hey, look what we got here, fellas.
You mean you can see me?
Not only can we see you, but we can touch you!
Look, boss. Fresh meat. You're, long way from home now, aren't you?
Enough! This one is with me.
Hey, what gives? What gives, Mercury? Changing the terms of the treaty again to suit your own ends?
Yeah, give her to us. Give her to us so we can have her away with her.
Or have you come to torment us before it's time?
I heard someone mention changing the terms of the treaty. That can be arranged if you were interested in it.
I decided to go with him. What choice did I have? I had been wandering these streets for what seemed like days, and I can't remember the last time I slept. I must be getting psychotic because for a minute there, I thought that I was a ghost and nobody could see me or touch me. But obviously that wasn't true. But for the life of me, I still couldn't remember my own name.
She's with me, and there will be amnesty granted to the first of you that tells 100 of your friends the same. Are you okay?
Yes.
Come. Let us go to higher ground. I've been trapped here for what it seems an eternity. I've really lost count.
Who were those guys?
I call them demons. They're discarnate souls seeking reincarnation back to the physical plane. If they can pull this off, they do it through generating physical stimuli. And of course, karma comes into play.
Karma?
Yes, karma. It's just a fancy way of saying what they did to get here. The worse that was, the more physical stimuli they'll have to generate. So they do this through shedding blood and physical contact. It's the quickest way to get back to the physical plane.
But this is the physical plane. Look around.
No. This is meant to look like the physical plane. This is the astral plane. A replica, if you will. All the souls that have been here prior to you have had a stake in what this place looks like. It is the link between our world and theirs.
Who's that?
The Aurorians and the humans.
He told me the story of a mortal who loved to smoke. He loved smoking so much that when he finally breathed his last and transitioned into a shade of Hades, he didn't realize that he was dead, and so he still walked the streets of the city trying to smoke, but every time the lighter lit, a soft wind would blow, extinguishing the flame, making it impossible for the cigarette to light. But this was not the worst part of the man's plight. The worst part is that he was destined to repeat this very same action, failing each time throughout eternity, because of how he lived his life on earth. Because of the law of attraction, this is all the afterlife could offer him. I didn't necessarily trust this disciple of Mercury, but I pitied him, all alone in his world which had so much, but yet somehow he was still disconnected. He took me through the Elysian fields and explained to me how this was the destiny of the good souls, to sit in the fields and read about the great heroes, to celebrate them and praise them, and if they were so lucky, by chance, to meet and greet one of them in between lifetimes or missions. Because heroes, unlike other mortals, were granted continued access to Elysian fields, for as long as they stayed in favor with the gods. He told me of a girl who loved money so much that when she became a shade of Hades, counting her money was her ideal lot, but the more money she imagined herself counting, the more money would disappear. Though she could not figure out that she was in Hades, she to this day continues to count money that by definition she cannot keep. Then he told me the story of a general who commanded a great army in one of the great wars of the 20th century. This general and his army were as one. His authority and influence over them was so great. His troops would do anything and go anywhere he said, as if they were extensions of his own body. Well, they killed many men in the name of nation, in the name of flag. But when the general returned to his nation, he received no hero's welcome. He was called a baby killer, and though he was highly decorated in the army, his commitment to his flag estranged him from his family. After many years that general became homeless, and when he transitioned into a shade of Hades, he too didn't know it. He still believes he sits on the streets of his city, a victim of a disease that has robbed him of speech and all his motor functions. And so, ironically, this general who on earth once commanded men as his own body to kill others, in Hades has been cursed to not even have command of his own speech or bodily functions.